What's going on, you guys? Today's video is gonna be on how to replace rear shocks on a 2004 Nissan Maxima. As you guys can see, I actually just took it off right now. I'm gonna do this one really quick, and then I'll start doing the passenger side so you guys can see how I took it off and how am I gonna disassemble it to assemble the new ones back on, and then we can put it back in the car. So that's gonna be today's video, so stay tuned so we can do this together. Okay, so we're actually on the passenger side. As you guys can see, first you're gonna have to lift the car up. If you ain't got no brake bar like me, you're gonna have to break those lug nuts loose first before you lift it up. Then once you lift it up, you can use a impact, just like I'm gonna be using today, to break them loose. We're gonna be doing all of them. Remove the tire. Okay, probably gonna have to hit it just a little, and then sit it to the side. The next thing that you're gonna have to do is come over here to the shock. As you can see, we have a 17 right here, and if we look up, we have two 12s, one nut right there and then another nut right there. We had to break that loose and then take them off completely. So first we're gonna start by doing the 17. Just break it loose a little, don't take it out all the way, just break it loose, and then we're gonna go with the 12s. 17 using a brake bar. Breaking it loose, so we're gonna be going up. There you go. So now we can finish it up by using the impact. There you go. So now we have to get a 12 with a swivel. So we're using a long 12-inch extension swivel and a short socket 12, so we can reach up there. I'm gonna be putting you guys in here so I can actually hold the impact. So we're gonna be putting the socket on the top and then loosen it. It's not breaking loose, so I'm gonna have to use a ratchet to help it break it loose, and then finish it up with the impact. There you go. Then do the other side. There you go. So now we go back and finish it up with the impact. We got one out, one more to go. We got the second one out. So now that we got it out completely, we can compress this down so we can move it to the side, and then once you're able to move it, just get it to line up just like straight, so you can pull this out. And then using two hands, you're gonna have to compress it down. I'm gonna use one hand. Lift it down like lean it, and then pull it out. Okay, so now we got the old one sitting right here on the driveway, and we got the new one on the left. The new one came with two rubber bushings, a big metal washer, an extension adapter, I don't know what's the thing is called, and a nut. So first thing is gonna have to disassemble this, the old one. So you're gonna have to remove this rubber on the top, just pull it up and sit it right there. So if you guys don't want to get this confused, just take them off one at a time and then set them, you know, like the way you pull them out. So now we have to remove this nut right here, which is a size 14. I'm gonna be using the impact. There you go. So now we're gonna be sitting this nut right there, and then we have to remove this washer. Now this washer, the one that looks like a plate, is facing up, so we're gonna be sitting it just like that. And then this other rubber piece, now this rubber piece has the lip on the bottom, so that's facing down, so that's gonna go like that. We're gonna be removing this metal, the metal piece with the whatever the thing is called on the top, you know, is facing up, so we're gonna be facing it up too. And then last, this is two pieces together, so we're gonna separate them. There you go. Now this has to be face up, okay? The spacer on this, you know, the gap, you know, the one that goes in, it's facing down, so this has to face up, and then this face up also. And then you just remove the rubber just like so. So we got the shock, the rubber, and all the pieces lined up. Okay, so now that we have everything disassembled off the old one, we're gonna start by cutting this plastic, this strap that came with the new one, taking it off completely. So first thing is putting this rubber piece, inserting it on the new one. There we go. Now it's gonna have a stop, a retainer right there, so it's gonna stop. The second thing that you guys have to do is that plate right there is gonna go next. Remember, it has to face like that. The second, well, that's the third thing that has to go next, is that piece right there. So that piece is actually that one with that adapter extension. So you just push it in. Now it has to face up. It has to face up like that. Then you have to put this on, and this has to go like this, just like that. And then the other rubber piece, which is the and the new ones is this one, the one that had the lip is facing down. Okay, so that's facing down. Make sure you get it lined up. And then we got the washer. The washer, it goes like this, like a plate. So it's gonna go like that. And then last is gonna be the nut. You screw it in. And then you're gonna finish it up by using the impact to tighten it. For the nut, I'm gonna go ahead and reuse the old one, the golden looking one, because if I use the one that came with it, the whole piece is turning with it. Let me get it lined up first. You see how everything is turning? So if I use the old one, it goes right in. There you go, it's all the way in now. So we're gonna be keeping the gold looking one. And then last, we have to put this rubber on the top to protect it. So you just push it in, and voila, it's in, it's assembled. So now we're gonna be walking to the passenger side so we can put it back in the car and start putting everything back together. I'm gonna see if I can do it with one hand. So to put it back together, you have to press it down Okay, it's all the way down, and then quickly, well, you guys can take your time, but me, I have to do it fast. Quickly, you have to lift it up and get it to lined up before it opens. Okay, mine open already, so I got it pressed it down again so I can get it to lined up over here. There you go. And then using the nut that goes in there, I got it lined it up. Okay, it's in now. So now that the nut is in, I don't know if you guys can see, it's in. We have to line this up by turning it and get it to lined up with those studs on the top. There you go. We got it in. So now we have to use our nuts right here and start them off. You know, just start turning them. Using the other one, screw it in. There you go, it's in. We're gonna be using I'm switching from the 12 to a 6-inch extension with the swivel and a 12 millimeters socket. There you go. And then we're doing the other one now. There you go, it's in. Just to double check, you know. There you go. So now I'm changing. Now I'm changing the socket on the impact. I'm going from a 12 to a 17 to tighten this big one on the bottom. It's in. And just to double check, I'm gonna be using the breaker bar. Okay, it's in. So now we have to put the tire back on. Guys, I didn't realize that I took the rubber piece off when I was pressing it down. So now I have to take it back off again. The good thing is that it's not even difficult to take it off. As you guys remember to take it off. You don't have to take it off completely now from you to taking the one bolt on the bottom. No, what you have to do is take those two nuts on the top off. And I'm gonna see if you guys can see. Just take the two nuts on the top off and then press it down just like that. Grab your rubber piece and put it on the top, and then let the strut open up on its own, and just what you gotta do is just line it up. There you go. That's just that easy, you know. And then finish by putting the nuts back and tighten it, you know. So now that we got the shock back in, we're gonna start by putting the tire back. I'm gonna be using my impact to make the job easier and faster. Now this actually has it had a full charge, but since I've been using it, now it has 2 dots right now. Okay, so now I'm gonna lift it up so I can remove the jack stand, lower the car, use a breaker bar. Now my torque wrench or ratchet is broken, so I'm gonna be using a breaker bar just to tighten it. Remember, it doesn't have to be that tight, but don't leave it loose either. Okay, so we're actually done already, and that's actually how you replace a rear shock on a 2004 Nissan Maxima with the 3.5. And if you guys like the video, make sure you give it a like. If you guys are not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the bottom right. And if you have any question, post them down in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. See ya.